Hello, and once again, I had a little joke played on me. My phone was not charging the way I thought it was. Um, Seems to do that around here. We have strange little circuit breakers in our building that will just shut down the socket. So, and you don't know it until you see the little red light on or until you find out your phone is not charged. So here I am again in a different room of the place where I can plug in, stay plugged in. Um, Very weird that I end up here twice. Whoops. Trying not to make you dizzy with all the whoo. Um, but trying to get a good camera angle here. Okay, so anyway, hi, this is D. Ocean Swiger, and I am, and this is D. Ocean's Deep Woo. And we're here um, on Sunday, so far on Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 8:30, talking about the deepest of woos. Deepest woo. Boy, I really. And our woo includes every kind of woo. I mean, this is every kind of woo. This is basically, what kind of woo have you got for us? Hey, man, got some woo? We have a thing about experiencers. Most of us are experiencers. So if you are too, this is a safe place for you. And if you are not and you're just curious, this is still a safe place for you. Make sure it stays a safe place for all of us. Be kind to the experiencers. Thank you. And I would like to say, before we go very far at all, this is tips, tricks, and hacks for the massively multiplayer total immersion learning game matrix that we call life on Earth. So, with that, we should be fine and we should be able to talk about pretty much anything. Um, this isn't the most flattering light. I realize that. I don't look so good in this light. But once again, it is a place in my home where I can stay plugged in and make sure that I am not going to have my electric fizzle out on me too soon. So just gonna have to bear with it for now. And I don't know, maybe it's giving me a hint that I should just start setting up in here. Or something, or that I have to do things different. Boy, my nose looks big. I wonder what that. And this leads into kind of, and I don't really have a big nose, so I don't know what's going on here. It's kind of weird. Hmm. Maybe it's just I don't contour. I didn't contour my face. I didn't contour my nose. I don't do all that. I got some eye makeup on, and that's about it. I just don't like wearing a lot of makeup. It's not my idea of a fun time. Um, I love watching makeup tutorials though sometimes. I mean, occasionally I'll be watching makeup tutorials and think, wow, that's amazing. The transformation, because I actually used to do makeup for theater. And some of these makeup artists are phenomenal, and they're just for every day. They're not even doing it for theater. I'm like, wow, you would have been a great makeup artist because they can totally transform their looks. And if you can do that, and then you could also be doing makeup for movies and etc. So, I really, my hat's off to some of these people when you see what an enormous transformation they can accomplish just with makeup and not with CGI or anything. It's amazing. So, but here's another transformation that I'm going to be taught. This is what the subject is for tonight. We are transforming, and I'm sure of it now. I mean, I was suspecting that this was the truth. And because I have been hearing it, well, I got dents in my nose from my glasses. Anyway, I have been hearing this, that it's going to happen. And what is that going to look like? Changing from a mostly carbon to a mostly silica? What is that going to look like? Hey, Denali, how you doing? Hi, Amber's Para World. Hey, good to see you back. And if you haven't, please subscribe and give us a like. Thank you. That would be so cool. And anyway, so we have been told that we're changing from carbon, mostly carbon, that we're changing to a more silicon-based life form. And that's just the progression on this planet right now. And the codes are going to be coming in from the sun. And this is other channels. I didn't get it directly, but I'm hearing it all over the place. Plus, I am getting some, yeah, that's true, from my guides. And so basically, we are changing. Our bodies are changing. What is that going to be like? Well, many of us have been experiencing what seems to be sickness, but I think is actually part of the transition change, or what they call ascension sickness, which isn't really sickness at all. It's you just don't feel good when you're transforming. But after our sicknesses in quotes, we end up feeling way better than we did before. And our bodies are different, sometimes in subtle ways, sometimes in not so subtle ways. And this is what I'm going to talk about today, is what I've been noticing and what people have been telling me, and what I've been noticing even on other channels, is that we definitely are changing. And that some things that we consider, that we think of as sickness, may not be sickness at all. It may just be part of the change. I'm not saying this is any substitute for medical. You need to go take care of yourself if you have something going on. You need to go get checked out. This is not medical advice. This is an observation of what seems to be going on. So basically, the idea here is we are getting light codes coming in from the sun, which is one of the things that our sun does, as well as being a stargate. But we'll have to go into that in another show. But one of the things our sun does, the sun of a planet sends out the code for the planets. That is one of the things it has always done, and blows solar winds on us, solar dust. And that dust that it blows on us is part of what changes life on Earth. So the energy is coming through our sun are going to be part of what's changing us. And of course, some of it is just our normal evolution. This is just what we're going through as the energies rise. So, nothing to be afraid of. Most of us, once we get some of these changes, we feel a lot better, but sometimes it's very painful. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey. And Amber's Para World says, our sun is in our atmosphere. We can't believe anything we hear from NASA or the media. I also have noticed that the sun looks white these days. And when I was growing up, it was yellow. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? And then for a while, it changed back to yellow again. I noticed the same thing. And then it was yellow again for a while. And now it looks white again. What is going on, right? And they'll tell you it's all just our atmosphere. Okay. I don't know. I can't prove a darn thing. But I do know that things are not what we're being told. Absolutely not. Whatever it is we're being told, that's probably not what's really going on. In my experience, they never tell us what's really going on. We have to figure that out all on our own. I'm going to put the little ticker on so you can find me, just in case you have this strange urge to tip me in any way. I don't have the super chat or anything, but I do have a PayPal. And so this is how you can tip me if you ever decide you want to do that. But oh, and Denali says I've been detoxing a lot lately. Yes, a lot of us have. Yeah, Amber says detoxing. Exactly. A lot of us find we can't eat the chemical-laden foods. A lot of us are finding that. A lot of us are getting sick when we try to eat. I must now make most of my diet organic. I must. And if I do, I'm fine. I'm okay. If I try and step outside of that and just go down to the local grocery store and pick me up some of their strawberries or something and try and eat them, oh my God, I'm so sick. Or try and eat, like I said, that piece of birthday cake that just about took me out. Just, there are all kinds of things that now I have to be really careful. About the only fast food, takeout food I can have anymore reasonably is Chinese food, and I mean the kind with lots of vegetables and rice, It has some meat and then a lot of vegetables and rice. I can have that. But I can't have burgers. I can't have, the fries and the burgers and all of that stuff. Just I can't have the pizza. I have to be off gluten. I was told gluten, refined sugar and flour. And actually, it's hard because we're really into that in this society. But since I'm off of it, I have gotten a lot better. Although I want to tell you, I had twice now where I had horrific pains. And I mean, like a broken bone pain. And oh, yeah, I'm often in chat on SOAR. Yeah, yep. Yeah, and Denali says, same here. Chemicals tear my stomach up now. And after you go off of them, a lot of times you find that. If you try to go back on, you'll get sick. Gemini Moon says, my poison watermelon from the grocery store. It was horrible and smelled like chemicals. See, when I was sick for about 5 days. I couldn't hardly eat anything. I couldn't really eat anything. All I wanted was liquids and watermelon. Why? Because watermelon is mostly water. And, you know, it was very light on my stomach. There wasn't really much substance to it at all. It was just all water and some nutrition. And so I could drink a little milk. I could drink a little, I was drinking a lot of lemon water, but I was in such pain. Oh my God. This is twice now that I've been in horrible pain. And then I got the message that it wasn't just a physical pain, as in because I was eating the wrong food. It was actually pain coming out of my pain body. We all have a pain body. And if you realize that, some of this becomes a little bit more understandable. Our pain bodies follow us around. And it was time for me. I was actually asking for help with it, apparently. And I was remembering all these hurts that had happened to me. I think what was happening is I was detoxing from the painful memories, because I had some very painful memories that I asked for help with. And then this happens to me. Now, when I think of these things, they don't have the charge. My body has been transformed. I'm not in nearly as much pain as I was, even before the horrific pain started. I'm not in nearly as much pain. Now, I am finally slimming down a bit. My clothes are bearing testament to the fact that I'm slimming down. And I haven't been able to do that for a long time. Basically, if you're clogged, if you've got a lot of toxins, you're not going to be able to lose weight no matter what you do. Gemini, my sisters are in here. My Denali and my Gemini, my shiny gem. And Amber is my latest shiny gem sister. Yeah. Speaking of food, I'll be right back. The kiddos are hungry. Okay, Denali. Anyway, so our bodies literally, as far as I can tell, our bodies literally are changing. They're not going to be accepting the food that we used to be able to eat, which is mostly toxic. And as I think of it, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? I think it's really a good thing. Problem is, for a while, it's going to hurt and it's going to be hard. But look at me. I don't look like I'm about to turn 65. I feel a lot younger than I did before. My hair isn't even changing that much. You know, I've got a few lines, but I don't really have wrinkles. And every day I look at that and I think, wow, you look pretty good for 65, girl. I'm about to be 65. We're supposed to live 200 years. And it actually says in the last yuga, people would be about 5'5" and live 200 years. Well, they're a little off in a few directions. I mean, actually in India, they are about 5'5", but we're not even living that 200 years that we're supposed to be living in the last yuga. Something's gone radically wrong. So, hey, Project Skyfalls, how you doing? So this is what I'm looking at. Oh yeah, there's been documented findings of human DNA. That's right. They have found human DNA in some fast foods. That is pretty disgusting. I have heard that. I cannot, show you any proof of that, but I have heard that. And I certainly don't want to be a part of that, if that's so. Yeah, people lived a very long time in the Bible. Now, according to the Vedas, the different yugas have different heights and different lifespans. So I guess the first people were miles tall and lived thousands of years in the first yuga. But as you go through the different yugas, the life expectancy drops, and so does the size. So we're now definitely in the last yuga, according to that. Therefore, and the last yuga is supposed to be 200 years and 5.5, and they consider 200 years to be a very short life cycle. Wrap your mind around that. So, obviously, we're supposed to be living longer, and how do we do that? Well, probably if we weren't imbibing all of these freaking chemicals, we would be living to be about 200. By the way, I have seen, and this was actually reported in the mainstream, we have found strands of more than 2 DNA strands growing in people, and not just people just being born, but people who have been here a while, and some of them who have been through very serious illnesses and accidents and stuff have actually grown up to 5 strand. The last I looked, and this was years ago, 5-stranded DNA, which may mean we may be farther along than that by now. But this was in the mainstream, and I remember thinking that's weird, but nobody was paying any attention to it. But we've been told, and there's been debates on either side, well, no, it's this way, and no, that can't happen, and blah, blah, blah. But what happens is when you've got 5 strands of DNA instead of 2, once you start getting more than 2, it starts combining in a whole different way than the 2 do. The 2 just look like that twisted, like a twisted flat piece of string almost. Once you get 3 and more, they start forming a tube. What does that tube do? I think it's to let in more energy and light. So it no longer looks like a flat, like a flat thing that's been twisted. It starts to look like a tube. But what would that do to people? How would you feel? What would that do to your skin? What would that do to your stomach? What would that do? Well, maybe what we're seeing in people. Maybe it would look like an illness. Once again, this is not medical advice. I can't prove a darn thing, and I'm not giving you medical advice. But I'm saying it's something to consider. My experience after after the first time this happened to me and I went into severe pain was, and I still have the cough a little bit. I'm sure it's taking stuff out of my lungs because I lived in a place that had black mold for 18 years. So I'm sure my lungs have to detox. I'm to the point now where instead of looking at it like it's a bad thing, it's just something that has to happen. Okay, it's part of my growth. It's part of my transformation. I feel so much better than I did, but I had to give up some stuff. I had to give up some stuff that we already know is bad. I had to give up refined sugar and refined flour. Had to. And, I have a lot of things clearing up. I have a lot less pain. I have a lot less swelling. I have a lot less GI tract problems. Here's another thing I've got to say, though. One size does not fit all as far as what you eat, except for the fact that you're better off with pure food. If you can food, non-GMO, not polluted with stuff, and water, you're better off. Now, my helper tells me that where she comes from in Poland, everything's organic. So you don't have to even think about that in Poland. It's not an issue. So there are places where it's not an issue. It is here in the United States because They're too interested in letting people make money. It's more important, I guess, than our health. They don't really care much about our health, I don't think. We have got to change these things. We have got to change it. Hello, James. How are you doing? Hi, Sky. He says. Hi, Sky. Sky, hi. Ah. Oh, and Amber's Paraworld says, I lost my signal for a minute. I had to feed the Yeti. Well, give him an extra few snacks for me and say hi. Yeah. So, our world is going through changes. You know what, my dear Bowie? David. Changes. He said, that's terrible alliteration. I don't know what I was thinking. That's terrible alliteration. I said, yeah, but it was a hit song, though, so give yourself some credit. And Amber's Paraworld says, it will all get better, but we have to go through this crap first. Our souls knew and signed up for this, and we knew it ahead of time, and we did, and we can't even hide from that fact. It's true. We knew this was going to happen. I've decided, though, that this is a sign that we are farther along towards going into 5D. And I also had another thought. 5G doesn't work very well. And a lot of people are complaining about it and having problems with their phones and whatnot. And I mean, not to mention the problems they're having with the natural environment and people's EMF troubles and all of that. So I think 5G is probably going to go away, but I think what it actually was, and don't, once again, can't prove it, but I feel like since we are going into 5D, that the 5G was maybe an attempt to forestall that by somehow capping the energy or somehow screwing with the signal. But now that everybody's complaining about their 5G because it isn't really doing them any good, because 5G is actually terrible. It's crappy signal and everything. Maybe they'll have to take it down. And I would certainly be behind that, because all it does is cause problems. And it is not giving us any more than we had before. We were doing better with 4 and 3, actually, even. So that really needs to change. And I'm putting in an order for that to change. And these days, what I do is I just say, hey, angels, because our angels are often what we call angels. And actually, that term is, I know there's all kinds of debate over what an angel is and blah, blah, blah. But there are these beings that are here to help us, that are really our squad and ours to command, ours, and they want to help. And they're part of our strength. They're actually probably even part of us. I have long been of the opinion that they are programs given to us to be able to make the changes in the world that we need to make. So they may not even be beings in their own right. They may be programs of beings that actually exist, but they seem to function like programs that we send off to do different things. And we've got to start looking at it that way. We can't be worshiping the angels. The angels are there to help us. They're there for us to send off on missions. So, and I know there are some people that don't even believe in this, but hey, do what you want. I sure get a lot done that way. When I need something done and I need to help somebody, um, I send them out to help. By the way, we have had a miracle, a few miracles. Just recently, one of my friends had a miracle. I'm not going to go into it. It's kind of private, but and my cards say, aha, but a miracle will happen. And lo and behold, a very unexpected miracle did happen. So, and part of that is because we intended it. We sent out the angels to take care of it. So think of them as an extension of yourself, of your will, of your abilities. Think of them as part of you, as part of your ability. Um, how can I say that? Um, just think of them as an extension of yourself. And you will find you can send them out on errands and they're happy to do that. Get a good get a good relationship with them. Amber's Paraworld says, oh, and David Castle says, find out your blood type and eat what it indicates accordingly. Yeah, that's right. Um, there is eating for your blood type. Not everybody should be eating the same thing. I find I do really crappy when I try to eat a lot of vegetarian stuff. I can't eat grains hardly at all, except rice. I seem to be doing okay with rice. I have a feeling I could do okay with ancient grains. I have a feeling most of us who are having problems with grains are having problems with modern grains. And this was kind of proven to me because there are places now corn is supposed to be inevitably inedible, supposed to be inedible to us. That's what we're told now, that our human body cannot digest corn, really. Well, it can't digest modern corn because there are places where they live 100 years and more where corn is most of their diet, but it's maize. It's their ancient grains. It's not modern corn. Okay? That's a whole different ballpark there. What we've got is poison. I'm sorry. What we've got is genetically modified poisonous stuff. I find when I go down, I had trouble with corn too. It used to give me irritable bowel. But I'd have it every now and then just because it's so good, sweet corn, just to enjoy the sweet corn. So I took a chance because I go to a farmer where they grow non-GMO corn. Guess what? No problem with it. No problem at all. Digests just fine. This leads me to think I'm onto something here. What we're having problem with is the bullshit, not the real food. If we have the real food, we're going to be fine. Get as much real food as you can in your diet. Try, sometimes you've got to be selective because you can't afford everything to be, you can't afford everything organic sometimes. I'm willing to eat a little less and have organic. I'm willing to make some sacrifices to have the organic because I feel so much better and don't get myself into trouble. So it's a choice everybody's got to make. But in the end, it's like I was trying to tell my friend today, because he's saying, but you can't have that on your diet. And I said, okay, hold on, friend. You don't know anything about my diet, but that has cholesterol and blood clots and blah, 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 blah. I said, no, no, no. My findings, I have never had high cholesterol. I've never had high blood sugar. I've never had a lot of the stuff that people my age have. I eat only when whenever I can get it. Now, sometimes other stuff sneaks in to other food, fast food, and all that. But my fats are healthy fats, and they are not mostly vegetable based. Bacon grease, tallow, lard, um, coconut oil, and olive oil are the two plant-based ones. But I don't fool around with a whole lot of other stuff. I might go for avocado. But, a lot of these, like I said, the grains they try to foist off on us, the oils they try to foist off on us, they try to scare us about natural fats. You actually need fat to be able to, fat does so many things in your body, including your brain is mostly fat. We're all fatheads. Hate to tell you. It better be healthy fat that you're putting in there, or what's it doing to your brain and every other organ that needs it, right? I mean, these are deep questions. Everybody's got to do it to got to choose for themselves. Oh, greetings and favor to you too, David Castle. Yeah, the government doesn't care. Not really. It's sad, but we cannot depend on them. We cannot depend on them at all. And I think Katrina kind of proved that to us. You go in a FEMA camp, you're taking your life in your hands. You're going to have to, we're going to have to find other ways of taking care of ourselves. We're going to have to take care of each other. We're people who know what they're doing are going to have to take care of each other. My friends, I can't wait to have our eco village. We're intending it. Please intend with us that we have our eco village where we can grow real food and have a life away from all the toxic crap. Okay? Which I think is going to further our development. We'll probably be running around if what I'm seeing, and I mean, I'm not the only person who's gone through this process. A lot of us have gotten sick, and after we come out of it, and real sick, and after we come out of it, we feel better than we ever have. We have about 5 days or so where we can't eat, where we end up fasting. And I do recommend, it does seem to be very helpful to do the intermittent fasting thing. There's a lot of times that I go for 24 hours without eating. Now, if you have blood sugar problems, you got to adjust. But there are a lot of times I go 24 hours without eating. And it's been helping because during those hours, between the 16th hour and however long it goes, your body is scavenging up all the stuff, all the junk, and getting rid of it. And we really need to do that. We really need to let it do that. And this is how you end up without having hangy skin when you lose weight. As far as I can tell, one of the biggest problems with fast weight loss is you end up with hanging skin. You still can't wear a bikini because you got this stuff hanging all over you. Then you get to be another asset because you want to go in and get some surgery to get all that hangy skin off of you. But that isn't even necessary. If you do it the right way, you won't have that. I am told that, let me see, I can't remember which doctor it was, that he's one of the ones that touts a carnivore diet. He's been on it for years. He knows somebody that's been on it for over a dozen years, over a decade, and they're healthy. And they couldn't even afford the best quality meat. But they had 3 kids, breastfed them all, and are pretty healthy, got rid of almost all of their issues on a carnivore diet. Other people have gone exactly the other way. They've they've gone on a all vegan diet and have lost all their illnesses and have felt wonderful. Is there a cookie cutter remedy? I don't think so. I think we have to go by. Now, I'm going strictly by what I'm led to do, okay? Um, which has had its ups and downs. Wow, have I had a lot of weird cravings for food, and I'll go down the aisle of a store and it'll be like, ping, what? What? That? I'm gonna eat that? Seriously? Yeah, I am hungry for it. Ooh, that's weird. Chicken salad? Seriously? With cranberries? Okay. You know, that kind of thing. Cranberry walnut chicken salad. Okay, sounds good, sure. Uh, and it may not be perfect chicken salad, but it's like there's something in it I needed. And then it'll go away. It'll shut off. Or, there'll be some other food. For a while it was beets. I wanted beets all the time. Beets, beets, beets. Beet greens, beetroot. Then it shut off. Once it shuts off, I have no interest. When it turns on, that food will taste amazing, like the best food you ever had. It'll be like, oh my God, where have you been all my life? You know? And then when it shuts off, it's like, ew, I really don't want it anymore. It was weird. Like olives, I had to have black olives, particularly Calamatas. I had to have them, bunches of them. It's like being freaking pregnant or something. And I was eating those things, and then it shut off. And now, they tasted so good, and had all these subtle flavors in them, and now they just taste salty and greasy. What happened? I don't know. I don't need them anymore. I've also gotten rid of toxic people. It's going to be a hard one for some of you because some of them you're related to. Unfortunately, nothing to do about it. Some of these people are just as toxic as the toxic GMO food. And I have had to cut them off, and I have felt better. And as much as I miss some of them in some respects, I realize I don't in others because they really were toxic people. But back to the body changes. A lot of us find we lose weight. We we slim down. We find we're like 9 pounds lighter or something after these bouts of so-called illness, where we ended up fasting or only drinking juice or something, which is not bad. And we find that some of our aches and pains have gone away. Now, what I've been told is when we go into REM sleep, if we can get ourselves into REM sleep, our healers, our healing team can come in and work on us. And it won't take until after we get some REM sleep. It says, there have been lie still, let us work on you. When you finally get REM sleep, it'll take. When you wake up, you'll feel better. And that's been every single time. So now I just come to expect it. Every time I lie down, I say, I expect to get up feeling better and looking better and being thinner. So far, it's working. So these things I'm telling you, what? Not to toot my own horn? No. Because I think you might be able to use this. And if this is happening to you, go with it. That's my best advice. Just go with it. Um, Did David Oritz come in? Oh, hello, Scott Severini. Yes. Nobody freak out when the ETs make themselves known. Well, that's coming up. Hope today's been filled with positive energy exchange. Well, it has, very much. Now let me look at some of the comments. Amber, yes, you will feel the energy first and realize it's just energy and won't harm you. Take a few deep breaths and get through it. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of strange freaking energy go through. And as you know, I've been predicting a lot of things and I've been right about pretty much everything. We're going to see what I'm seeing. We're going to see indictments. We're going to see more people resigning. We're going to see rats leaving a sinking ship is what we're going to see. We're going to see rats throwing each other under the bus. Okay? Parasites are just going to throw each other under the bus because they don't know what else to do. They're running for their lives. They're leaving the sinking ship. And Washington is going to eat itself. And sorry about your luck. If you expect that any of those people are going to be left that are on the world stage right now, very few. It's going to look scary. Like I said, it's going to look ugly. Right now, we have had record hot summer in most places, even here. Here's another weird thing. My body used to burn. I used to be one little snowflake type person. I used to burn to a crisp. And now I can be out in the sun. I can be out in the sun a while before I even turn pink. And then I don't burn very easy anymore. That stopped happening. My body is different. It's different now. That's all there is to it. Another thing, I noticed that, well, I have been noticing if I stay away from the right things, if I stay away from the grains and all this, a lot of these vegetables that are supposed to be so healthy for us, I don't eat very much besides meat and greens now, and a few non-GMO potatoes sometimes. I don't eat very much, and some fruit, non-GMO fruit. If I stay away from that, I don't have the irritable bowel thing. My body it feels different, doesn't have as much pain in it. I think I got rid of a lot of my pain. Like I said, our pain bodies are going to be coming up to be dealt with. It might hurt. I mean, both times it really hurt. But then I realized the situation comes to mind and I don't have a charge on it anymore. Stuff that used to put me in tears, I can think about it now and it's like, oh, yeah, I remember that. No charge. No charge on it anymore. Wonderful. I'm asking for more of that. Now, every time something comes up with a charge, I say, angels, help me with this. Help me get rid of this charge on this. Help me get rid of this emotional charge. Well, some ETs are not positive. Not all ETs are positive, but they're not all negative either. The food, now this is something else I've noticed. This season, as we're getting told that we're all going to starve and die of starvation and famine and blah, 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 blah. I live near farmers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, yes. I'm so glad. I live in Ohio, 20 minutes from the Amish. Okay? They have real food. They eat real food, mostly. And I have a farmer nearby that I can go to pastured meat, all of it pastured. They're known for their meat. Um, their stuff is all of their produce is non-GMO. Their milk, everything, their milk products, oh, and man, is their chocolate milk delicious. And their yogurt, their drinkable yogurt. I love kefir, and they've got delicious kefir there. And the pastured meat is usually very tender and tastes good. It's nothing like, these are nothing like the stuff you find in a typical supermarket, okay? It's just a whole different thing. And I'm thinking we would eat this stuff. We'd be better. I believe we would be living 200 years. But the other thing is the plants are growing like crazy. I went to the same farmer. Cantaloupes are only a certain size. Now, I know they don't do GMO. They don't do it. They won't use it. Their cantaloupes are huge, bigger than my head. They look really more like a rock melon, if some of you know what that is. A great, big, freaking honkin' cantaloupe, and extremely sweet. The plants are doing great this year. It's almost like Mother Nature is thumbing your nose. Oh, 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 you're talking about I'm not going to have enough food to feed people. Is that so? Is that so? Well, let me just show you. Because the people who are actually using good methods to do their farming are getting phenomenal results. Probably from the increased heat and we're getting a lot of sun, we're getting a lot of rain here. The crops are doing wonderful. I'm eating the sweet corn and having no problem with the. I'm looking at the melons and they're like huge. I'm looking at all of the produce. I saw heads of cabbage. No, I would. Okay, now you should know better. Anyway, somebody calling me during a stream. Um, you know, all of the produce is going great. It's almost like nature is saying, "Oh well, I think I'll just show you." So, I don't know. Oh, angels are your family. Yeah, I think, yeah, that they are a present. Some of us seem to have whole squads that we can send to do all kinds of things, and I'm one of them. And I know that some of you are too. Um, well, yeah, our food is not going to run out. Actually, Mother Earth herself, and I do talk to her. She talks to me. She's very accessible. If you know how to do that, she's very accessible. She is very sweet, actually. She loves us. She has no wrath. Nature doesn't have wrath. That's crazy. No, wrath of nature. Bull crap. She's actually, this is so below her. Okay, really. All of that stuff. She is beyond that, way beyond that. She's way more advanced than that. And she loves us as much as any other child of hers on her surface. But not more or not less, though, just as much. And, you know, she sees she doesn't want to get rid of us. If she did, we'd be gone. We'd be gone. Um, Same with, I hate to tell you, same with the ETs. If they wanted us gone, they're far enough ahead of us, we'd be gone. The fact that we're not gone means something, doesn't it? Um, we're creators. I'm going to say it again, like I say every show. You are divine. You are a creator. Bear it in mind. Always bear it in mind. Have have it in your mind that you are creating with everything you say. Everything you say. Everything you think. It's hard to get control of your mind sometimes. Uh, it can be a challenge, but challenges are good, okay? And if you can get a hold of your mind, now I asked for help with that. Now, you know what? Everything I'm seeing it in a positive light. All of these changes I'm seeing in the world, I'm seeing it in a positive light. I'm thinking we're that much closer to the 5D. You know, it's like I have one foot in 5D all the time now. And we're in a transitional place. Transitions are not easy. If you look at the butterfly, it turns into complete goo inside the cocoon. All it is a bunch of chemicals and goo, goo. We're in a goo stage right now. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Start looking for the signs that we are heading into 5D, and you will find them. Start looking for the signs that we're heading for disaster, and you'll find those too. But you are going to decide what they mean. I have decided that what I'm seeing, the changes I am seeing in the world, mean we're stepping into 5D. We're getting there. Because we cannot be complacent. All of this uproar is uproar that needs to happen. It's stuff that needs to happen. Until people stand up for themselves, we're never going to get the kind of society we want. We have to stand up for ourselves. So there may be rioting, there may be this and that going on. Oh, Amber's Paraworld says if the government tells you it's bad for you, do the opposite. Yeah, always do the opposite. I know, I agree. It's like I don't trust the damn thing they tell us anymore. I don't trust any of the history. None of it. None of it. None of it. Not. No. Nothing. Nothing. Trust any. All of the history is false too. As far as we can tell, we're not even in the time we think we are. We're not even in the year we think we are. We're not even in the year we're told we are. We're not. The Vatican added 1,000 years and then a couple of other wiggle things happened and they just kind of, we may be as many as 1,000 or 300 years off. We're not sure. It's hard to tell. So many things have happened in the timeline to make it unsure. You know, I mean, we're not sure even what time it is. We don't know what time it is. No, that used to be an epithet. That guy doesn't even know what time it is. We don't know what time it is. We're not told. We're not told the truth about anything. Not even about, and most of history is made up. It's just freaking made up. They made up thousands of years of history. I guess there are certain centuries that they just totally made up. When you find that out, you're like, and there are people who can prove this. You know, it's like, is there anything you can count on? Stupidity. Mm-hmm. That's one thing we decided today. Me and my friend Jason were out, and you know, he says, "Why do people do this?" I mean, somebody was doing something stupid on the road, and I said, "Well, because people are stupid." And once you figure out that a lot of people are stupid, then you can just come to expect it, and you don't get mad over it because you do. Oh God, here's another stupid one. Oh well. You know, you don't take it personal. That's another piece of advice. Don't take any of this personal. Even if it sounds very personal, don't take it personal. It's happening to everybody, okay? And the people that aren't as far along as you. And so I know all of you in here. You have got more information than most people. I got a little skin break out there. Must have got bit by something. Oh well, it'll go away. Anyway, um, yeah, I've been outside a lot, so I'm not worried about it. Anyway, um, yeah, and it's funny how things just don't bother me anymore. That's another thing. Getting rid of your pain body, things just won't bother you. I'm so much calmer. I have more energy. You know what? When you get rid of that pain, you'll have more energy. It's true. It takes a lot. I realized this a while back. It takes a lot of energy to be able to function under vast amounts of pain. Like I had, fibro is very painful. It is one of the most painful diseases, along with arthritis, which I have many broken bones. And I mean, my helper was like, I don't know how I would feel. She had a few things happen to her, and it drove her up the wall. The debility, the pain, the not being able to move the way you want to move, and not being able to do all the things you want to do. It drove her up a wall. She says, I don't know how you take it. I don't know how you do it. I said, it takes a lot of effort. And when she puts pain cream on me and she finds a spot that really hurts, it's like it used to be through the roof. My pain was through the roof. This pain cream that I have, this comfrey cream, if you're having pain, let me know. We've got a solution for that. It's $30. It's very strong. It's not liniment. It doesn't come off like liniment at all. It just, on contact, starts to take the pain away. You only need a thin coat. It's comfrey. It has been tested. There are no toxins in it. All of that bullshit about comfrey being toxic is bullshit. Okay, sorry, just bullshit. This stuff has been tested. It's not toxic. Okay? We've got stuff that's not toxic that can actually take your pain. We're down and heal you quicker. It will heal you way quicker because it will make your cells divide quicker and bring new cells. It'll actually help your wrinkles too if you've got wrinkle problems. Maybe one of the reasons I've not got wrinkles. And I find that when I put it out before going out into the sun that my face doesn't burn, my nose doesn't burn. Like I said, I haven't been burning a lot, though the rest of me hasn't been burning, though, lately. That's way different. All of this is so different. My body literally is different now. And I have noticed another weird little experience that every now and then I'll look very closely. And I don't know if I'm looking through my skin or what it is, but sometimes when I look at my skin, and some people call this like a crepey texture, but actually to me, as the light hits it, it sort of looks like sparkles. I'm not sure, but could that be because of the silicone? I don't know, but it kind of has a sparkle to it. I can't explain it. Is it me looking through my skin into the energy, seeing the energy? I don't know. Not sure. I'm just recording these experiences, so maybe somebody is helped by it. Did Wagon come in? Hey, Wagon! How you doing? Right, live in the holla. You live in the holla. Live in the holler and you won't run out of food. We're all going to come over to your house, Amber. Going to have us some food when we need. Yeah, honestly, I'm so lucky I live in farm country. I don't know what winter's going to be like, but this summer's been phenomenal. Yeah. If you want an experience, yeah, and David Castle says if you want an experience, set your intentions and ask for an experience. Sure, you can do that. Um, beetroot power drinks. Yeah, beetroot powder. I was crazy about beets for a while. I had to have beets. Um, I was just eating beet tops, beet roots, beets. I mentioned that earlier. And then it just shut down. It was like, okay, we had enough beets now. It's been doing that with different foods. And my friend who helps me shop, he's like, oh, that cut off now. Okay, wow, that one lasted a long time. It's like, yeah. But when it shuts off, it just shuts off. It's like, I don't need that anymore. My body tells me what I need, right? It gives me a ping. I'll go buy something, and sometimes it's weird. And I'll be like, you need that. Okay, I don't argue with it. I try to get it everything at once. And I know the difference between, doesn't that cake look good? Actually, the cake doesn't look good anymore ever since my cake experience. And, and then there's also my fast food experience. Oh, God, that was painful too. Honestly, the fast food in this country is so toxic. We don't even realize how toxic this stuff is until we quit and try to go back. And then it's like, oh my God, was I eating that? Seriously? Horrible, nasty stuff. You can feel the way it makes you feel. It's like, oh, and people who, and I was even this way too. I was like, I don't even know if I want to go on this because I'll never be able to eat anything good again. I'll never be able to eat anything I like again. You know, and you kind of feel like that. There's this little kid inside who go, I would never be able to have another piece of birthday cake. Ah! And while true, you find that once you have a few experiences like I've had, that birthday cake does not look appealing anymore. It's like, yeah, I remember all the fun I used to have with that, but it sure ain't worth it. Okay. So, you know, I can't say that my health is perfect now. I still have some pain in my back, some really deep pain in my back that's leaving me. It's gradually leaving me, and some other stuff that is debilitating. But I'm sure now that we're out of the woods as far as some of the worst of it, and it's going to get healed eventually. I mean, I just have to be very um, patient. And I think we're all going to have to be very patient with ourselves and with each other. Scott says, back to original template. That's right. We were originally perfect. I mean, look at the classical statues. Of course we were. Of course we were perfect, and our environment was perfect. And we lived a long time. Of course. I believe that once we get into a good environment for ourselves with the right resources, that we will get all of our strands of DNA back. We will reclaim them and reclaim all of our abilities that we had of old. I really feel that. And I have been told that in this body, this very body that I have here, that I will be able to do literal miracles. Okay. I've already done some miracles of the kind of healing and so on. However, this will be like flying, okay, levitating, moving things with my mind, etc., etc. Stuff like that. We're going to get that back. We could do all that at one time. We're going to be able to do it again. Isn't it worth it? It's worth it. To me, it's worth it. We're here. We wanted the big ticket ride. We're on the big ticket ride. We're almost to the end of the ride, though. Ooh, it's going to be exciting. And then there'll be a new adventure opening up. It's already starting. This is a meat suit you're wearing here. It's not really, no. This is an avatar. Literally. Avatar had it right, the movie. These are avatars. These are bodies that we use to interact with this reality. As I say in the beginning of the show, this is tips, tricks, and hacks for playing that massively multiplayer, total immersion, VR learning game matrix called Life on Earth. That's what this is. And learning to play it well is going to get us some rewards in the end. We'll get to see some things that a lot of people never get to see. Yeah, the real us, we're beings. We're beings. We don't die. We don't really die. It really isn't death as people think of it. Just, oh, it all ends. No, it never does. I'm sorry. It never ends. It never ends. Um, yeah, we're piloting a human body. It's like you go into a game, you've got an avatar, you're playing that avatar by the rules of that game. The rules are going to be changing. The inverted matrix, when we get done resetting the matrix, which is what's happening, matrix is being reset. The virus is being removed. The things that it has damaged is being repaired. And I know because I've seen that firsthand. I've been one of the people helping repair these things and putting in the orders for repair. And we've gone into that in other shows before. And if you haven't seen that, you're going to have to look at some of the other shows. But we have been doing repairs. We have been doing repairs, maintenance. We've been eradicating the virus. That we have been getting rid of the parasites. It is happening. It's happening a little faster now. You're going to see it happen a lot faster now. I see in the future a bunch of indictments and resignations. It's going to be major. Are we going to go boom in a nuclear war? I don't see that. Sorry, don't see that. I'm not sorry that I don't see that, though, really. Wow, it's interesting. I have this little thing over my eyebrows that seems to be coming in. I used to have get like something that looked like a sucker bite right now, right there from time to time, but now it really looks more like a rainbow or a horseshoe or something over my brow. That's kind of weird. I don't remember seeing that before. I always had some freckles, so the freckles are nothing new. That's interesting. I don't have my glasses on. I'm nearsighted, so I can't see that well, but that'll probably change too. My eyes will probably get fixed and get healed. Bunch of amazing souls piloting a human body. I like that. Yes, we are. I prefer the term. Some people have adopted this Farsight term, ISB, which for me sounds kind of silly. It's like a fizzy or you're fizzy or you're izzy busy bee, izzy busy busy bee. You know, it's like, no, I'm a being. I'm a being. I've always been a being. I be for the sake of being. I am a being, and I will always be, and I always have been. I'm a have been, not a has been, but I have been. uh, Scott, I haven't seen you on too many shows, but David Castle has, so uh, a hybrid as well. I think we all are. I think everybody in here is. We never use sunscreen. We love the sun energy. That I don't either. I don't either. And most sunscreen is carcinogenic. Anyway, there's another inverted matrix thing. Ridiculous. Wear sunscreen. It's so important. Don't want to get skin cancer. Now, liver cancer is different because that stuff will mostly give you liver cancer. How exactly does it benefit you to not have skin cancer but to have liver cancer? Does that seem logical at all? I'm sorry. It's just another one of those inverted matrix things. And actually, when I talk to either Denali or Gemini, who's both of whose phone number I have, I mean, we will just say inverted matrix again, and it's like, yeah, we know what that means. So if you get to know me well, you'll have my phone number, and we have all these shorthand things. Inverted matrix, yeah, you're right. Parasites, yeah, you're right. You know, new codes, yeah, new codes. That's the way it is. Uh, yeah, eating by blood type's interesting, but they find that it does seem to work. I don't know what my blood type is. I keep asking. They take my blood. They don't ever want to tell me what blood type I am. It's weird. It's weird. But my father was practically a universal donor. He was a very common type. They wanted his blood all the time. They wanted his blood. He really donated quite a bit of blood. So, because they always needed it. So I can't remember. I think it was B, maybe B negative. Can't remember. Um, oh, we've done this many times. Yes, David Kessel says, we've done this many times. Something will happen, trigger your memory. You'll know exactly what, when, and how to do what you need to do and where you need to be to do it. Exactly. I've said this many times on the show. You do not have to worry. You do not have to know in advance what you're going to do and when and how. You don't have to. Now, if they're asking if you're getting moved to learn something new, to learn how to do a specific thing or something, then yeah, it's a good idea to do that. It might be preparing you for something you have to do later. But specifically what you're doing and when, a lot of times we don't know until we do it. And we'll know it about the split second that we need to know it, maybe a second before. But honestly, I have done so many things like that that I'm like, can I do that? And that all of a sudden I figure out it's like, oh my goodness, we need to do this. Is that even possible? And it turns out, yeah, it's not only possible, but you're going to do it. It's like, what? Okay. How do I do it? Just do it. Oh, okay. And then somehow it comes to me, oh yeah, it's like this. Okay. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like we think our brains, our great big brains, think that they have to know everything in advance. We have to plan it all. We have to, it's like, no, no, not really. There is a much bigger intelligence that has already got this all figured out. No, don't sweat it. And if you need a skill, it'll kind of ping you to get that skill. Hey, pick this up on the way. Okay, you'll be fine. Yeah. Denali is back. Oh, yay. You're in West Virginia. Okay, I'm in Ohio. Ah, Kentucky. And my mom was from Kentucky. Yeehaw. Oh, on Amish communities, yes. If you live anywhere near an Amish community, shop there. Good idea. Good place to shop. Now, see, that's what we need. We need our own little society because the people in the cities are going to go nuts, and they are going nuts. And every time I hear somebody going, "Have you seen the crowding in the cities? We're overpopulated." And I'm like, get the out of the city and look around. I just drove 20 minutes down the road, mostly farmland, and plenty of forest, valleys, hills. Nobody's there. Not even any crops in some areas. Nothing. Nothing is there. We're not overpopulated, not even by half. And Mother Earth tells me herself, we're not overpopulated. We're not. As a matter of fact, Elon Musk, if you believe Elon Musk, but he does. He is a genius. And he says, in fact, in a few years, we're going to be underpopulated. So why are they still trying to sell us this overpopulation bomb? The overpopulation bomb is a dud. We're not overpopulated. We need people to run the world. We need people to run things. We need people to do things, We need genetic diversity and cultural diversity. I mean, in order to keep learning and growing. Um, it's just ridiculous. Made lots of dandelion jelly this year and violet jam. That sounds wonderful. Amber, I would love some violet jam and dandelion jelly. I just bought some mulberry jam. Reminds me of when I was a kid. There used to be a mulberry tree in the neighborhood, and I used to pick that and turn completely purple, and sometimes wonder if that isn't why I love purple. I loved mulberries. And I kind of miss picking the mulberries. We don't have one close by. I think I'm going to have to intend that we end up with some mulberry trees nearby here because they will grow here. They're all over the area. They're just not nearby. Is Scott taking off? Well, see you, Scott. Have a wonderful time. Oh, gotta take the puppy out. Okay. Gotta take care of the puppy. Okay. Guy will shake off her fleas when she gets too many and they are irritated. That's right. And fortunately, she doesn't see us that way. But yeah, if something's bothering her, she will eventually shake it off. Uh-huh. That's true. Oh, yeah. We have 5 to feed, so most of it gets used. Yeah, I bet you do. Um, yeah, I would love to have. I haven't quite got it like that yet. I would like to have it like that, where my kitchen is set up in such a way, but I just got here a couple years ago. Haven't quite got my kitchen the way I want it yet. But yeah, be mindful of your thoughts and words is what my guys on mine tell me the same thing. Watch what you're thinking, watch what you're saying. My kitchen is going to be the excellent one day. It is going to be a perfect place for all of that one day. Going to have a perfect kitchen. And we're going to have a wonderful eco village that's going to have sustainable everything and composting toilets and the whole thing, and nice artesian well, everything. We're going to have everything to thrive. And the community that starts there is going to thrive as humans have not thrived in maybe thousands or maybe even millions of years now. They're going to thrive. Some of us are closer than others, and some stay stuck for a while, yes. Space Hog song in the meantime is a breadcrumb. Yeah, we are already actually I know I'm already in 5. I'm already in 5D. I have a club there. I have a home there. I've seen it. So I know I'm already there. So I know we're getting there. Finally, we're getting there. Our bodies are going to catch up. See, I'm just waiting for the body to catch up with the spirit. The spirit's already there. Has already been there and been around visiting. There are plenty of people already there, and they've already built their places. So our places are actually built, in a sense. We're waiting for the physical to catch up with it. And it's a hard concept to pick up, but once you figure it out, it's okay. You'll be fine with it. Yeah, if everyone knew exactly how powerful our words and thoughts were, you'd never speak negatively again. That's right. You know, look in the mirror and tell yourself that there's a woman, um, one of the life coaches who says, tell yourself that you're enough, because we're constantly being told that we're not enough. Tell yourself that you are enough. You are enough. Doggone it, yes, you are. You can do it. You're enough. Tell yourself, it's honestly, um, tell yourself that you're worthy. One of the biggest problems we have on this planet is feelings of unworthiness, feelings of worthlessness. We've been taught not to toot our own horn. We've been taught not to think too highly of ourselves. We should be thinking more highly of ourselves, though, and should be taking care of ourselves. And another question to ask yourself is, would I treat anybody I love like I treat myself? If I really loved somebody, would I treat them like I treat myself? And when you realize how you've been treating yourself, do you really love yourself? You should act like it. Yeah, you should act like it. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Spinning. Yeah. Want to say something negative, but you have to stop and figure out how to say it positive. I know. And David Castle says driving tests are going to include IQ. I agree. Ah, yeah. Oh, they're just the Walking Dead. Whoa. I just make it simple. I just say, oh, they're dumb. A lot of times they're ignorant, they're dumb, they just don't know what they're doing. I mean, Jesus is said to have said that, although his name wasn't really Jesus, but that's a whole different show. But it's true. He says they know not what they do. Well, that is a true statement. People don't know what they're doing. They don't know. They just they're just freaking ignorant. you know, and a lot of them, they're not trying to be an idiot. They just are. uh, and some people, they just can't help it. They haven't been told. You have an ability, and be so glad. You have an ability to grasp things that some people cannot grasp. Your mind, your spirit can reach out and grasp things that some people cannot. And you should be grateful for that. And the people that can't do that, we should be kind of understanding. Now, you can't let them take over. You don't want them to take over. And you sure don't want them running your life. But we should be understanding. I mean, they just, they've been lied to and gaslighted all their lives, too. They're doing what they think they have to do most of the time. They think they have to be like this. They've been told they have to be like this. They have to keep up with the Joneses and yada, 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 yada. They've been told this all their lives. They haven't figured it out yet. Not everybody does. You're one of the ones that did. Aren't you lucky? Well, even more than lucky. I guess lucky is maybe not quite the right word, but we can look at it that way. You've been waiting for the zombies to. I don't know. I look and I sometimes see them, you know. Sometimes I swear they're here already. Yeah. Comfrey is amazing. That's right. I do have comfrey cream. Like I said, it's $30 for a jar. It'll last you a long time because you only need a thin coat and it's very strong. This stuff is like 99% comfrey and a little bit of beeswax to hold it together to keep it somewhat solid in the hot weather. This stuff is very strong. If you put it on something that needs pain relief, the pain will start to go immediately. It is not liniment. It's not like liniment. You don't need a lot of it. You don't need to dig into it. You just need to kind of rub your hands over it and get a thin film on your hands and put it on whatever hurts. And it will help heal it and reduce the pain and sometimes make the pain go entirely away. Most of the time, make the pain. And there are some people here who have tried it. As a matter of fact, Gemini has tried it. She uses it a lot. She does massotherapy, and she has used it on herself. She has pain a lot of times, as many of us do, and she has used it on herself, and she loves it. So this stuff is great stuff. Comfrey. It's a great plant, even though they call it there's another lie, noxious weed. And here's another lie. Oh, but it's toxic. The cultivated kind is not. There were actually botanists that cultivated the toxicity out of the plant. So most of the kinds that people cultivate are not toxic. Susan Weed took samples and um, sent them to a lab, and they came back non-toxic, nothing toxic in there. So that is just a scare tactic. But this is not medical advice. This is just what happened to Susan Wade, a story about what happened to her when she turned it in. Okay, the zombie apocalypse sounds. Haven't swung my baseball bat in a while. Not me. I don't want it. They're gonna stink. They're gonna stink. I'm sorry. I don't think there's enough essential oil and incense to put out the stink. Okay. Yeah. I don't want it. I'm not getting behind it. They're gonna smell bad. The hero's journey. That's right. Yeah. Hero's journey. Hero's journey is extremely common on this planet. It is actually one of and if not, actually, there was somebody who was that? Was it Graham that was talking about that is the journey on this planet? Which means in every hero's journey, there's always a time when it looks like all is lost. They fought the good fight, but now all is lost. And evil looks like it has won. And that's just before the good guys win. So, if that is the essence of the story that's going on this planet that's playing out, we're almost to the end. Then my body jumps in this. Oh. Yeah, Denali Princess. I look at it and my brain wants it and my body jumps in and says, hold on now there, hotshot. We are not going to hurt for 3 days just for your little piece of cake. Yeah. Me too. It's like, oh no. Once you feel that kind of pain, no. Binaural beats are great, and so are solfeggios, and so are right frequencies. And actually, I intended the Rife frequencies back into being. They were something developed in the 40s by Royal Rife. They were submerged for a long time. When I found out about them, I and some other people intended that they re-emerge, and they have. So you've got your choice. You've got binaural beats, which usually require headphones. The good thing about the solfeggios and the Rife is you don't need headphones for those to happen properly. But for binaural beats, for it to mix properly inside your head, you need headphones generally. Or speakers placed far enough apart might do it too, but usually they recommend headphones. So I studied that. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to make music with the frequencies, with the right frequencies and tones. And I'm working on doing that. So you may have some things coming out by me. I'm trying to figure out how to get it into the music that I write in a way that makes sense. Okay? So I'm working on that. And there are plenty of files. Plenty. Mm-hmm. This is your yellow brick road, your breadcrumbs you left for yourself and the hobbies you love, and then do them and you get messages. It's true. The only thing is, we use breadcrumbs a lot. But in the Hansel and Gretel story, the birds ate the breadcrumbs. So we left ourselves more lasting things than actually breadcrumbs. Fortunately, some of the things we left ourselves are a little more lasting. David, geez, I've got so many. Me too. Oh my gosh. I know how to do all kinds of things, and maybe we'll need to know them at some point. Sing and dance poorly every day for a few hours, and my messages come. Okay, David. Sing and dance poorly. I like to get in the shower. Oh, you know what? There's another thing you might want to check into is what body type, what personality type, not body, personality type are you? It turns out, even though I'm a fire sign, a double fire sign, and my moon is in a water, that my personality is really very watery and with a bit of wood. And that makes me wanting, the easygoing. But water is very, although it can be very gentle, it does wear things down. It does wear things away. It does reshape the environment that it touches. It's very interesting that I turn out to be water with some wood. Gonna get together and have a party when it happens? Totally. Like I said, we're already planning an eco village where we're gonna have parties all the time. The whole darn thing's gonna be a party. Get messages from everywhere. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, me too, Denali. David says, I have been getting many angel messages. Oh yes. Hey Karen Lynn, how you doing? Skin is a sponge. What you put on it will soak in just the same. That's true. Never put anything on your skin that you wouldn't eat. If you wouldn't eat it, you wouldn't ingest it because it's going in. Your skin is permeable. Don't put a lot of things on your skin that you wouldn't put in your stomach. Scott Severini is groovy. He came to the right. Yeah, we're groovy. We are groovy here. Oh, you better watch Karen Lynn. Puff puff. Oh, no, that's okay. That's cool. Yeah. Greetings and favor to you, Karen Lynn. Greetings and favor to everybody. David always reminds me to say that. Greetings and favor to y'all. And before I eat something, I bless all my food with bless every being that had a part in bringing me this wonderful meal, and let it be healthy and wholesome and nutritious and delicious and provide for my needs in every way. Purr, purr, purr. You know, I have a little song I sing to my cat. To everything, purr, 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 purr. There is a kitty cat. Because he's everywhere I am, you know? They like to be with you. Yeah. Yeah, purr, 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 purr. All the other great beings. And, you know, us great beings have great beings around us too, unseen. And their great beings have great beings around them. We have quite a big circle here. Won't see me on our. I haven't been on our Waynes that much. I don't know why. I just sometimes I haven't been on our Waynes too much. D Ocean's Deep Woo. It's done on the astral plane, and now we get to watch it all unfold. That's right. That's true. I keep getting message that I have gotten that message in the cards many times that it's all done on the astral plane already. The causal plane, we've already got it. It's already done. And so all we have to do is just watch it unfold and keep doing our job, keep doing what we're doing our job, and it's all going to unfold in its time. You know, I got to see where my cat went after her life here. When she left amid rainbows and white light and through a beautiful rainbow portal. She rose up out of her body and walked right through it into a beautiful green place. And it was a beautiful place, very enviable, beautiful place. And I mean, and she was very happy. She was happy. We've got to start thinking differently about life and death. Because there really isn't, for us, there is really no death. We go on forever. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful, David. Yeah, I feel for our guides. Cat herding is not easy to know. That's so true. I've 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 tried cat herding. It's really hard. However, if you shake the cat food bag or box, that helps. Mhm. Um, As hybrids, we are now. Let's see what is David saying. As hybrids, we now are more human than they are, and most have lost their connection to source since pineal gland is calcified through. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we are more the original human template, which is we got off of that. It got corrupted, and we're uncorrupting it now, and that's why we're going through all this. You know what? If they say it's a weed, you should probably grow it. Exactly. Most of the so-called noxious weeds are very useful plants. Comfrey is a noxious weed. It's listed as a noxious weed. It's one of the most useful plants you can ever grow. Dandelions are considered weeds. The settlers brought them over here for a reliable source of food. Same with plantain. The reason it's in every yard everywhere is because it's a reliable food source. The settlers brought it here. Same with so many other so-called weeds. And here's a question. Shouldn't we really start a movement to stop putting ornamental plants in yards? I mean, they act like something's wrong if you're planting edible plants in your yard to look pretty. There's so many beautiful edible plants. Why should we be wasting water and land on strictly ornamental plants? Not to say you can't have ornamental plants here and there, but why would we want to grow poisonous ones, for instance, ones that are poisonous and not edible to anything that that we grow, like I mean not edible to our cats or dogs or whatever, but we but they don't want us to grow edible stuff. Why? What's up with that? That doesn't make any sense. We shouldn't really be wasting water. If we're really concerned about the climate and we're so concerned about the water and land and all that, we should be planting edible stuff everywhere. Useful medicinal stuff, edible stuff. We should be planting it everywhere. That's all we should really be planting. And then the other stuff would become weeds, wouldn't it? I mean, think about it. What makes it a weed? Because we say so, right? Oh, David Castle says he's channeling his Shih Tzu, Rufus. A wise dog, I suppose. Don't use fluoride, haven't for 20 years. You know, I use a product called BioRepair. Has hydroxyapatite in it, and it really does end your tooth pain. You're having pain in your teeth. BioRepair. It's an Italian product. You can get it off of Amazon. I'm sure you can get it other places, but it's easy to find on Amazon. And I used to have achy teeth, and I don't anymore since I've started using it, and I've got other people using it too. And I don't get any kickback at all. I wish I did. Somehow I got to find a way to get a kickback of some of these products that I recommend. That would be nice. Fluoride is a very bad thing. When you stop fluoride, the kids stop getting cavities. Yeah, isn't that weird how that happens? Oh, he said it was Anubis in a previous life. Told him if he wanted to have the dog experience, then he should quit begging for chocolate chip cookies. You know, it seems like a lot of these God titles are titles. They're like a post, like a job that you have for a certain amount of time. And then you go on to a different job, or somebody else has that job. It doesn't seem to be a forever thing that the same guy always has that job. So that seems to change. Um, Purified water and coffee. I will drink milk, but only organic. I'll drink milk. And I will drink fruit juice that I squeezed. Like lemon. I'll make lemon water. I make lemon water all the time and drink it. It's good, very good for cleaning out your kidneys and liver and stuff. It'll keep kidney stones away. It's really good for that. I recommend everybody have lemon water daily. Hmm. Tom's toothpaste is fluoride free, but honestly, BioRepair has hydroxyapatite that'll resurface your teeth and make them even stronger. So if you can't get a hold of BioRepair, you can get a 2-pack sometimes cheaper. It is about $10 usually a tube. However, it lasts a long time because you only need a pea-sized amount. You don't really need a long stripe like they show in the commercials to get you to use up toothpaste so you buy more, right? You don't need that. just need a size of a pea like a dentist would use. Order toothpaste from Japan. You know what? Japan, they use a lot of hydroxyapatite. They actually do use it. We use fluoride, which is bad. Other places, especially Japan, uses a much better formulation than we do. That's true. So you might actually have something there. Ordering toothpaste from Japan. Mine comes from Italy, and it will heal. Yeah, mine will heal cavities too. Biorepair will heal cavities. It comes from Italy. Same thing. Hydroxyapatite. I bet you, because that will actually heal cavities. You said the birds at the breadcrumbs. My mother's maiden name was Bird. A beard. My mother loved birds. She was crazy about birds. Bird. Bird. There are no coincidences. Gemini moon. You're back. Or is that your front? No, you're back. Your front. Damn birds. No wonder it took me so long to wake up. They ate the breadcrumbs. Dang it. Good thing I dropped some other stuff around. You know what? Right now, I'm missing some things. There's some things literally. Has anybody had I ask this every now and then. Has anybody had personal Mandela effects where things just whoop, gone? This is not that big of a place. There aren't that many places for things to be. And when things actually switch on you, then it gets really weird, you know? I mean, like one of my items that I really want to use, my power pack that I use to keep this powered up, it's gone. It was right where it should be for a while, and then I kept thinking I need to recharge it, and then it's gone now. It's a solar one. It has like 4 solar panels. I can't find it anywhere. And then I still haven't found it. It's been days. I don't know why. It's just hiding. But the other thing is, I had ordered these photo tiles because I'm an artist, and I don't know if I have anything around to show you, but yeah, I do. Actually, I do. By the way, if anybody's interested in my little cowboy who's sleeping his little head off, I have a cowboy t-shirt. I don't know if you're seeing it or not, but I have a cowboy t-shirt that is going to be available. And it's kind of a cute t-shirt with him on a black and white checkerboard background saying Cowboy the Manx and Gangsta Kitty. And he's all dressed up like a gangsta. So he's real cute. He's my baby. You left your breadcrumbs exactly where you knew how to find them and find timing. And yeah, that's another thing, listening to songs. A lot of songs are there. And you know what? My God. A lot of songs will remind you of things. And a lot of songs, especially the songs they had in my youth, we had some deep ones, really deep songs. And actually, as I would swear there are more David Bowie songs than there were when I was younger. It's weird. It's like they've multiplied. And they always have meaning. They just come up on my feed and they have meaning. But I was saying about this art that I do. I get these photo tiles. And I had ordered certain photo tiles. And I had these 3 I've been meaning to put up for a while. A sunset, uh, a Pegasus one and a Lyran one, and I was waiting to put them up until I got the dragons, the twin dragons, and I got the twin dragons in, and I think I'm going to put them up. Have two of the twin dragons, and the sunset disappeared. And I'm like, what happened here? These three were together all the time. How did I end up with two of the dragon ones? It doesn't make any sense. So I don't know what happened, but literally something just disappeared and got traded for something else. I don't understand it. So if you're getting that kind of thing, don't be surprised. Yeah, I think we'll all be doing pretty well. Amber's Pear World, it was nice of you to come by. Oh yeah, it is kind of getting late now. We are getting into the 2 hour mark, which is usually where I stop it. But I will be on again tomorrow. I will be leaving pretty soon off of here, and I will be coming back on tomorrow at 8:30. Would love to see you there again and continue discussing all kinds of things. If you know anybody who would be a good fit for this show to be a guest, please let me know. I'd love to have you on. David Castle, love to have you on again. Denali, I'd love to have you on sometime. I'm going to see if I can get a few more guests in here. Hmm. The woods. Oh, wow. Well, the trees are wonderful. They really are. The woods are wonderful. Very healing. Lemon water. Yeah. Excellent for your pH. Yeah. That's what we're told. Um, James Orts. There we go. There's James. There's James. Yeah. We're going to basically please help me, join me in intending that we get the proper land for our eco village so that we can actually have a place uh, where we can live peacefully and healthily. We don't quite know how it's going to happen yet, but we know it's going to happen. Look how high my cheekbones are. Well, it must be the Indian. I'll have to tell you that too. Yeah, I'm probably going to do a show on Suddenly Asian. It turns out I have a lot of Asian characteristics, and I don't know why. We do not have, we don't speak of that in my family. However, is a Native American, so that may be where it comes from. But it was odd to find out I have so many Asian characteristics. Would have known that, and I absolutely love Asian food. It's like soul food to me. When I'm sick, I want Asian food. It's weird. Um, yeah, we'll manifest it. Oh, it's coming. It's a coming. It's on its way. I'm just putting it in your consciousness so that it can start to germinate and take shape and start to come to us, and we can start to pull it towards us magnetically without really any effort. We've all had visions of it, though, and well, a lot of us have. I can't say all. I don't know about you, but we've had visions of it. Many of us have had visions of what this place is going to look like and what's going to be there and what we're going to do there. We've had visions, and the visions coincide. So um, it's on its way. The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. If I could move there tomorrow, I'd be doing it. Um, yeah, the Lyrans. And I know I'm connected with the Lyrans. I know that very well. I'm definitely connected with the Lyrans. Um, yeah, I was Asian probably in many lives. I think I probably was in many lives. And Cowboy is a friend from back home. A lot of people have said that. He probably is. He's probably a friend of mine or a lover. He seems to just love me. He seems to treat me almost like a lover, like, woman, come in here on the bed and rub my belly. You know, it's like when it gets to be night, he starts to get upset if I'm not in here on the bed, looking at my phone and rubbing his belly. See, he's got he's almost like a guy, you know. And it's like, where's my food? He's funny, but he is a love cake. He really is just a little lover boy. He just purrs and purrs, and he just wants love all the time. So I'm very happy about that because I wanted a baby. I wanted a baby cat. I'm pretty sure I've been Asian in a lot of ways. The way I love Asian, and I mean I love all kinds of Asian food. I mean everything from sushi on up. You know, I can't eat every single kind, but I love it. Um, and I ate with chopsticks like right away. You know, it's like I went. I remember I had a boyfriend. He took me to a Chinese. He said, "You know how to eat with chopsticks?" I said, "No, but I'm willing to try." And then I just picked him up and started eating with him. And then a few times, of course, I I tried to get help learning chopsticks so that I could, yeah, there were a few times to try and make friends with people. Gee, how do you use these? I was a lot blonder than I could get by with it, but now that I'm a smarter, darker blonde, I can't get by with that as well. Yeah, I think he's been around in several past lives. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting paid by the hour. Where's our home? Where's our home? Cowboy knows beautiful attraction that gives you what you need. Yeah. Yeah. We need love. And really, the men around here have been extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed. And as a matter of fact, it's to the point that I have no sexual attraction to anybody right now until I know their mind, except their mind. They have to have a mind that I can deal with, a personality and energy. The body is almost nothing, almost nothing to me. You got worse with chopsticks. It took me no time at all. I just picked him up and ate with him. Uh, yeah, he knows what he is. He knows. He knows that he's just there to be my little lover boy, to be giving me love so that I don't run out of love. Because really, though, I gotta tell you, not having a cat, I can't hardly. The times that I have not had a cat, hard. Uh, that purr, I need that purr. It calms me down every time, opens my heart up. I need that little purr, 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 purr. And doggies are great, but they don't purr. You watch someone pulling wool to make yarn, and you know you've done that. Me too. You know, when I saw somebody do that, I saw them do it live at a medieval fair or something. And I thought to myself, wow, I've done that a million times. I'm going to take cowboy's fur and make something out of it. He sheds so much woolly fur. I'm not kidding. He has woolly fur under that top coat of his. He has a slick, coarse top coat, but it's very, very silky still. When you pet him, he's very silky, but it's coarse. It's a coarse top coat and a very woolly undercoat, like a sheep. And he's very well insulated. I mean, perfect insulated suit for cold, wet climate like the Isle of Man would be. Damp and wet and kind of chilly. He's perfectly insulated, and he has a little tail like a lamb that covers his butt so that the heat doesn't escape that way either. He's actually, when I see how well he's designed for that area, I'm like, yeah, I can see how he came from there. Shorter legs, not long legs like a savanna cat. Oh, hi, T7CO. I'm very well today. I am very much more well than I've been in a few decades, actually. This is the truth. I am feeling better right now than I have in decades. No kidding. Yes, it is important to do new things. And bringing memories back, a lot of these things too. You know, that's one of the I found out something. And my friend Paul is the same way. I hate the Civil War. I hated that period. Whatever I was doing in that period, and I have some inkling of what was going on with me in that period. I'm not going to go into it now. I hate that period, and so does he. We think we were both there and knew each other, and it was horrible. It was, neither one of us wants anything to do with Civil War recreations or seeing stories about it. I can't even watch stories about the Civil War. I don't even like it. It gives me the creeps. I don't want anything to do. No interest. Opposite interest. So, however, medieval fairs, I love them. Renaissance fairs, fun. And science fiction. I feel like I belong in the future. I probably came back here from the future, let's face it. Probably came back here to, as a matter of fact, we'll talk about that someday, how I kind of figured that out. But I've always been future girl. Um, I've always been future girl. I've always been waiting for this reality to catch up. Why can't I just talk to the computers? Because when Star Trek came out, it's like, oh, that's home. I looked at the Star Trek universe. It's like, yeah, that's more like home. Talking computers, yeah. Flying around in StarCraft, all of that and all of that stuff. Um, yeah, that's more like home. Um, no, it wasn't one of my better lives. As a matter of fact, it was probably pretty horrendous as far as I can see. I don't try to dig into it much. I really don't want to know, frankly. I'm glad I forgot it, most of it. I have had flashes of it. It wasn't pretty. I was Native American at the time, I think. It would explain a few things. You know, they can talk about slavery and they can talk about all kinds of things, but Native Americans did really came out short on that one too. It wasn't good for a lot of people. That time period was horrible. You must have been here during an ice age. You don't like cold. I don't either. And when people tell you if you're going to hell for believing this stuff, I say, well, at least it's warm there. Not according to the Vikings. According to the Vikings, hell was freezing. Hell was freezing. Her realm, Hell was a goddess, and her realm was cold and full of zombies. Marilena, oh Marilena, our South African sister has made it in. Hello, sweethearts. How you doing? Oh, you missed most of it. That's okay. It's just me going on and on about changes in our bodies. Many of us are having them. So if you're finding changes in your bodies, and I know what all the guys are wishing for, we girls are wishing for it too. Oh, anyway, you discovered something last night. Oh, cool. What? Are you going to tell us, or are you just going to come in and drop that on the table and roll on by? You going to tell us, Marlena? You were discussing that last night, how our bodies are changing. Yeah, it's really obvious. In my case, it's very obvious. I mean, even the way I look, like, what's this thing? What is that? Am I gonna grow a ridge like on Star Trek? You know how they all of their aliens, ETs, different aliens have little things here and little things in their nose, and maybe am I gonna suddenly get some kind of little eyebrow ridge there or something? What's going on here? I don't know. I was in the space program. Me too. Me too. There's too many familiar things about it when people talk about it. It's familiar. It's too familiar. Way too familiar. That, and they talk about the Germans. And I, one time when I was channeling, started speaking German. This was a long time ago when I was still doing that kind of thing. I ended up speaking German. I don't know German. Very strange. This week, you mean you were in the space program? Okay, I don't understand. Flat chat can be so, you know, trying to put it together. Um, I was just discussing the whole show, how our bodies are changing and what mine has been doing, because mine's been doing some weird stuff. Oh, you wasn't in it. You were there for something else. Okay. If you start speaking Gaelic, I don't know. I do. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of Judy Story. She speaks star languages, according to her. It can be very healing to do so, and she just lets it roll. And much like toning, it sounds very strange. I can do toning too. I can do star languages, which sounds like you're speaking in tongues. And I guess Marilena said she can too. But some of these, I'm wondering if we aren't speaking in ancient Gaelic or something. I wonder if somebody at a certain time would have understood these languages that we're speaking. But like mine's the one that I usually get. Oh, I'll do some of it. What the heck? Вот dia. Я sa onda ya farabanyada. Ita mpotata. Siralo oto. Imatata msikamotika. I'm not sure what that meant, but it had something to do with a blessing. And Voto dia seems to be good day. Something like good day. Yeah. That's what mine usually sounds like. Ayosoto, untoya, egata, unto. I think I just said something to the effect of uh, blessings, some kind of blessing. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm saying yet. I kind of get a feeling about it. A southern accent. You know what? My accent shifts depending on who I'm with. This is my northeastern Ohio accent right here. This is my announcer voice. Yes, they teach us to speak like this when we're doing announcing. And then this is my grandma. My grandma sounds like this, and her side of the family mostly sounds like this. And sometimes it shows up at strange times. I remember when I was little, my grandma, when they first came out with margarine, that's how she said it. Margarine. Later on, she said margarine. Margarine, like the Northerners say it. Uh, some of my uh, some of my family on my mother's side were very proud to be Hicks from the sticks. So, yeah, my mom was born in Kentucky. No, Tennessee. Sorry, Tennessee. Okay. Yeah, my mother was born in Tennessee. So you got maybe you were picking up on me. Yeah, you do have a great accent. He does have a great accent. Everybody loves your southern accent. Everybody loves. You love my expressions? Well, I'm glad somebody does. I'm I guess I am pretty expressive with my face and my voice and everything. I still think probably I should be a voice actor. I still want to try that. I don't know where Wagon went, but she says she's done some of that work. I think I want to do some of that work. And they say find your money voice. I actually bought a book about becoming a voice actor or a uh, voiceover thing, some kind of voiceover person. But I don't know. Of course, they want you to buy classes and stuff, but gives you some pointers there. It says there is a money voice, and I think I could probably find it pretty quickly. I did take some broadcasting training earlier, and there you are. It's about time. Your friends were all here wondering where you were, sleepyhead. Guess who finally crawled out of the cat cave? He was busy dreaming. You know, he's been sleeping a lot since we've had the air conditioning on because it's been so hot. And I usually don't turn it on until it's really hot. And I've turned on the air conditioner and I also have my tower fan on. And he is just sleeping his head off. I don't think he sleeps well unless it's cool. So he has just been sleeping like nobody's business. When I speak Italian, my expression changes. Yeah, that's funny because there are certain times, yeah, when I'll say, get your wagons in a circle, cowboy. Yeah, sometimes I have that accent too. It's not very pronounced, but it's definitely there. Um, when people hear other people's accent, they think how nice and wonder where we are from. Yeah, that's true. And it's funny. I wish you could see. You've got to see Cowboy's shirt that I made of him. You know what? This little guy went viral. Hmm The um, the video where he critiques a cat toy went viral. He is a viral YouTube star. My little knucklehead right there, my little black and white Manx Mellow of love. My views, I'm lucky to get 45 to maybe 60 views. He gets 45K views for some of his. And I'm like, gosh, just cute cat privilege. Kitty cat privilege. Be like be like a liberal. You cats have all the you cats have all the privileges. Get up here. Come on. Say hello to your fans, your adoring fans. Come on. There, you hear him. There he is. The king has spoken. Meow, he said. There you go. There they are. Okay. Here. Wow. I love when he does that trilling thing that'll you know, he does that like that. I love that. He purrs with an accent. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can't pronounce the oh, what a shame. But then again, I'm Lyra and I have to pronounce it. Right. I have to be able to pronounce it. Baby. Baby cake. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. We're, we're telepathic, aren't we, Mr. Knucklehead? You're just singing to me. You're just singing your beautiful song. Your beautiful song of love. Purr, 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 purr. Phew. Okay, well, it's been over 2 hours. And we've covered some ground here, I feel. And I'm really happy who came by and who said hi, and happy to see you. Hope you got something out of the show and this talk of our bodies changing. Hope it helps somebody. And if you're going through the body changes, just remember it's going to be a good thing. And if you're doing the ouchy thing at some point and you're in the middle of this, because I was in terrible pain twice, um, going through this, getting rid of my pain body. You might be doing that. You might be getting rid of your pain body. I hope this helps somebody. Brandy! Hey, love you too, dear. Yeah, I hope it helps somebody because when we're going through it so often, we don't know what to think. Uh, now, I have my people I talk to, and together we kind of figure these things out. And, a lot of us were of the opinion, yeah, you're losing your pain body. You're getting that healed. You're getting things healed. It is a healing. It's not a sickness. It's actually healing. And sometimes you have to feel pretty sick in order to get well. Sometimes it's what they call a healing crisis. In homeopathy, they will call something like that a healing crisis. And then when it's over, you're free of it. You are free of the problem. So, really, I'm coming out better off on the other end of this so-called illness that I've had, this so-called this horrible pain. One was a torn rotator cuff. Both of them had me up all night, wanting to scream in pain, unable to move, unable to find a good way to lay down and sleep. Both of them were horrifically painful. But once again, I'm gonna say this again. If you can get the person to get them into some situation where they can lie down, lie still, and let the guides work on them, and let the angels work on them, and there are Arcturians that come in and do healing too. But whoever's doing the healing, let them work on them. What I'm getting is lie still. You gotta lie still so they can work on you. And once you get them to REM sleep, once they REM sleep, then it will set. That's how it gets set in. And every time I go to sleep now, I get something out of it. I get a little better, and also I'm getting thinner. So it's all good. We're being targeted. We can defend it. Fuck them. You know what? Honestly, Marilena, I have too. I had to do that too. You may go through something like I did. If you do, um, just ask for help to get it out of you. I was saying earlier, we're trying to lose our pain body. We're trying to collectively get rid of and individually get rid of our pain body. And that includes emotional pain. So, I love you all. Make it a great evening. That's right. Don't give it any other choice. Make it a great evening regardless. That's what I say too. I agree. I agree, David. Ah, yes. And David, you're so weird. It's one of the things I like about you. Honestly, my friends are all a little weird, and I'm very proud of that. Because people who appear to be sane in a really effed up, crazy world are really crazy and effed up. But the weirdos of this world are usually a lot more sane. At least the ones that I know. Because, it's like, let's face it. If you're well adjusted to a screwed up world, you're screwed up. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Okay, I'm just about to go off now because it's been 2.5 hours. And I'm kind of feeling it. I'm feeling that it's kind of run down now. We've run our course and we'll get back on tomorrow. And we'll be zipping through things tomorrow. I don't know what the subject's going to be yet. I usually don't know until just before, what the subject is supposed to be. But usually something comes up that bears discussion. So we'll find out. Let's see. In the hero's journey just before the final showdown. Yeah, I was saying that earlier. It always looks the worst. And then a hero comes along with the will to carry on. Bummer! Hey, how you doing? Good cowboy kiss. Yeah, Denali's got her steel-pointed Texas cowboy boots all ready. I know she does. Yeah. Well, thank you, Bummer. I'm glad. I'm glad you were finding something in it. We are family. I got all my sisters and brothers and me. We are family. Get up, everybody, dance. Challenging the odds, making a statement. We're all space cowboys. Yeah, we are. Especially this little space cowboy right here. Once again, I'd like to say I'm going to put in MeWe the picture that I have on this t-shirt if you want a cowboy Gangsta Kitty t-shirt. And the Gangsta Kitty concept comes from the Gangsta Shaman concept. If you don't know what a Gangsta Shaman is, that's us. Operating just a little outside of the law. Breaking the law, breaking the law. I do make a lot of funny things. These boots were made for walking and ass kicking, it's true. And one of these days, these boots may have to do some ass kicking on you. Doo, 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 doo. Caravan of Love. Oh, that's very different. Yes. I'm hearing roller coaster of love. Roller coaster. Doo, 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 doo. A shaman gang. Yo, shaman gang. What would that look like? It would look like us. That's it. Yeah, when we get our place, we have to get our motorcycles. We have to be the shaman gang, right? Gangsta shaman gang. That's right, Brandy. We are exactly the storm. We are the storm that's coming. Don't worry about the storm because the storm is us. And we are disclosure as well. I think I want to make that t-shirt too. We are disclosure. We are the disclosure to each other. And one day it will be so obvious that there will be no more reason to hide it because everybody knows already. So, yes. I bless you, yo. Yo, biatch. I bless you. Woo. Hey, bro. I'm blessing y'all. Yeah. Bless you, Prince. Oh, hi, Bummer. Hi, how hi. I used to always greet people like that. Hi, with that one. Yeah. H-I-G-H-I. Yeah, bliss means happiness. Bless means blood sacrifice? Enough of that. Yeah, I think we've had enough. I love storms. I do. Underestimated your testicular fortitude, David Castle. You mean they didn't expect you to have so many balls? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I'm really glad you did that. That's bummer. That's the kind of thing that I like to do. I like to get out there. And you know what? I get out there and I start meditating and the wind picks up. It always does. The wind always wants to blow on me, just blow. And the rain, it's funny. It doesn't rain hard on me, but it always wants to drop a few drops on me. Always just wants to touch me a little bit. The cloud beings, they love me. They're so sweet. They're when I hear them in my head, they're like chill. They sound like little children, and they're always up there playing. And they're so cute. They're adorable, really, and I love them, and they know I love them. So they want to just touch me a little bit. They don't want to rain all over me, make me all wet. They just want to drop a few little drops of water on me to touch me. They're so sweet, but they never rain heavy on me. They always wait until I get inside or get in the car or whatever. They're so sweet. I just love them so much. Oh, cool. Received messages, sang, wrote a song, did some exercise, missed the unicorn, saw double giant rainbow, cleansed soul and spirit, and me and solved all the world's problems and finally achieved world peace. Okay. Oh, that sounds like a good day. I finally got to go out to Hartville yesterday and then to Oddmall today. Oddmall is a place for oddball creators, like myself. I love this place. It's very if you have an oddball around you, it's a show. We do have the Oddmall Emporium here, so we're lucky. We actually have a place that it is, but Oddmall is actually a show that comes around multiple times a year. If you have one in your area, go see it. It's a great show. Usually, the people who participate in an Oddmall have kind of an unusual skill, craft, something. You can't really, it's a juried show. You can't get in unless it's odd enough. It has to be unique, original, something different. So I love Oddball. Oh, the power was out. Yeah, isn't it amazing that the power goes out around here sometime too? And actually, it's amazing the difference. But you know what is also amazing is when we went to um, Hartville, which is Amish country, how the vibe just got so much calmer. You can just feel the difference. It's farmland. They're mostly Amish. They don't have a lot of towers in the area. The main place down there is Hartville Flea Market, which is like a mall, but it's a country mall. It's like a mall, but it's not. I swear. It is so much more fun than a mall. It's so much more relaxed. You can just feel the vibe even out. It's wonderful. It's amazing. That's the kind of mall I want to go to. I don't want to go to a mall. I want to go to something like that. We got to have one of those in our eco village. We got to have a place like that. And Brandy says, when I arrive, I bring the fire, make it come alive. I can take you higher. Let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Ooh, ooh, off the grid living. Yeah, we're all waiting for that. We're all waiting for that. Oh, you have four towers and I'm sorry. Yeah, that makes it kind of hard. Oh yeah, I love storms. Isn't that interesting? We mostly love storms. Am I wrong, or don't most of you like storms? Am I wrong? Seems like several other people have told me they really like storms. I love them. I embrace them. I'm like glad to see them. Yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah. We're not afraid of the storm. We love the storm because we are the storm. That's us. It's really true. 1111, you're right. 1111. Just as I was saying, we are the storm. I love this. We love the storm. We are the storm. Rufus, not so much. Yeah. Cowboy is not much for it either. He crawls in his cat cave and just stays there, which is probably reasonable. He's a kitty after all. His instinct is to go find shelter in a cave. But we are the storm. Okay, you guys, I love you. We'll have some more discussions tomorrow. Please come back again. And I really want to thank you for coming. You're a fine group of chatters. I always love reading your comments. I feel so at home with you. You are my family, and I love you. You really bring a lot of joy to my life. And Cowboy also loves you. He came up here to say hi. So I want to say, remember, truth is where you find it. Hope you're finding some on my show. And it's best if you leave your judgment behind when you're looking for truth because you never know. You never know where it's going to be. Usually right in front of your face, and you just never noticed. And a lot of times it's within. And don't forget, you are divine. You've always been divine. You will always be. And you have always been. And you will never not be. So as a creator, dream well. So far, Bomber, it's been over 2 hours, nearly 3. So yeah, time to end the stream. Sorry. We will be back on tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern. Mhm. Okay. Love you guys. See you next time, hopefully. Come on over. We love to have you. We love to have you. If I could, I'd be feeding you all some of my finest recipes. But I can't do that yet, but one of these days I will. We'll have that big old kitchen. We'll have a big old meal together, and it's going to be so good. Oh, you're going to love it. I'll see you tomorrow.